What's up, my comic comrades? Just recently in Superman issue 18, Superman revealed his identity to the world under the pen of Brian Michael Bendis. Needless to say, it's got the comic book community talking because, love it or hate it, it's kind of a big deal. However, I will say something similar happened to Superman not too long ago when Lois revealed his identity to the world towards the end of the New 52 back in 2016. In any case, it seems like Bendis wanted to try his hand at Superman without a secret identity. So today, we're gonna see how it went down. I'll also add that we often get asked to elaborate more on individual issues like this, or even specific occurrences in comics. And while we definitely do that here on the main episodes, we go into even greater depth on our weekly podcast. So make sure you subscribe to that. Links for the Variant Podcast YouTube channel and all the audio platforms are in the description below. But like I said earlier, Superman's big identity reveal went down in Superman issue 18. The issue starts off with Superman flying down in front of the Daily Planet to a massive press and media event where he's about to make some sort of announcement. He tells the media, "Thank you for coming. Some of you may know my name is Kal-El. I was born on a planet that no longer exists. Most of you lovingly have come to call me Superman, and it has been my honor to help out wherever I can. But there's something else I think you need to know about me." The issue then jumps back in time a week where we see Superman on Thanagar watching the first official gathering of the United Planets. If you don't know what the United Planets is, they're basically the United Nations of the universe, and the Legion of Superheroes along with the Science Police, yes, the Science Police, are their protectors and or their versions of police officers and military. Anyway, while watching on, Adam Strange shows up and Superman says, "I was hoping you'd be here." Superman continues to say to Adam, "Do you know I have a secret identity on Earth?" To which Strange replies, "Is it Batman? Are you also Batman?" Which is hilarious, but Superman replies, "I've heard that joke before." And Strange is like, "Not out here. All old Earth jokes are brand new out here. Best part. Also, you didn't actually answer the question." Superman basically just ignores Strange and says, "I have a secret identity, but I'm not sure. After everything that's happened, I'm not sure why." And Strange replies, "Well, as an Earth person with a wider perspective than most, let me ask, yeah, why?" Superman says there are reasons, and Strange says, "Sure, who wouldn't want to sit at a desk?" To which Superman says, "I like my desk." And Strange is like, "You have a desk?" Superman says, "Of course I have a desk." Strange says, "I was joking." And Superman replies, "I have a job." And Adam then says, "You have a job? Like insurance?" I just love this back and forth as it shows that Strange can't comprehend that the most powerful member of the Justice League has a desk job. Superman then goes on to tell him, "Originally, I had a secret identity so I could be with people, learn, adapt, be part of the conversation. How can I help if I don't understand?" And Strange says, "Okay, but you said originally. That's what you needed, originally. I could see that, sure. But now, you're married, right? And a dad. First you have a scared single alien orphan, then you have a married fathered superhero with a desk job. That sounds like two different Supermen who might need two different things out of life." Superman then asks, "Or is this about what happened with Jor-El, and I'm just overreacting?" If you didn't know, Superman's biological dad came back and all sorts of crap happened. They were fighting, it's a lot, and it messed him up. Superman continues to say, "I think of all of Jor-El's dirty little secrets. It started with one. They started to pile up, but it started with one." As he looked at Strange being like, "I gotta come out and tell my loved ones and the world the truth." So after this, Superman goes to the Daily Planet and marches straight to Perry White's office in probably the best page of the entire issue, which funny enough has no dialogue. It's just a series of 6 panels where we see Clark going into Perry's office, saying something to him, and then ripping open his shirt, showing that he's Superman. To which we see Perry shocked before running to Clark and embracing him. Again, it's the best page in the entire issue and it doesn't even have any dialogue. I love when you could just see the emotion and we don't need any words. Anyway, Superman continues to make his rounds by taking Jimmy Olsen on top of a Gotham City building, of all the places to be like, "Hey, you've been a loyal good friend for as long as we've known each other. And sometimes you've gotten into real trouble just because you know me." And Jimmy says, "I also haven't had to pay for anything in, well, years because I know you." And as Jimmy is pulling out his camera to take a picture of Superman because he says Superman looks good in this light, you gotta love Gotham Neon, Superman puts on his glasses saying, "It's real. You could take the picture. It's yours to publish." Jimmy says, "Okay, of what?" Then Superman's like, "Jimmy, I'm Clark. I've always been Clark Kent." Jimmy's like, "What is this? Is this an impression you're trying? It's not as good as your Batman." And Supes is like, "My name is Clark Kent." And Jimmy says, "What? I'm sorry. All I see is Superman with glasses on." Before finally being like, "Ha ha, I'm kidding. Yeah, Lois told me this morning." Which is kind of a douche move if you ask me to spoil that reveal for Superman, because Jimmy's his best pal. But as Lois says on the next page, "I've known Jimmy longer than you have. Plus I tried to call you." So there's that. After this, we are then brought back to the beginning of the issue where Superman is at this massive press conference, where he continues his speech, saying, "Most of you lovingly have decided to call me Superman, but there's something else I need you to know. My name is Clark Kent. I am a reporter for the Daily Planet. I have been ever since I moved here from Smallville, Kansas." He then goes on to give the public backstory of how he landed here on Earth and how Jonathan and Martha Kent raised him, and so on and so forth. All while the Justice League is looking on, Lois and Perry are crying, and Batman and Robin are watching on a back computer. Superman goes on to say, "In my travels, I get to see and hear people discover and rediscover themselves all the time. I get to see you find happiness you didn't even know was there. In fact, I see and hear it every day. That's a big part of what inspired me today. You. I'm proud of my heritage both from Krypton and Earth, and when I show up as Superman, I want to show up representing both parts of me at the same time. What happens next? I don't know, but thank you for inspiring me." And then on the last 2 pages of the issue, we see a pissed off Luthor with Brainiac saying, "Luthor, how did you not see this coming?" And that, my friends, is how and why Superman just recently revealed his secret identity to the world. As for my personal thoughts on this, I still think it's way too early to tell where this is going. However, I will say I'm not fond of the idea of his identity being publicly known, like let's say Iron Man. I think his secret identity adds a lot to his internal struggle and conflict, especially since people already say he's a bland character because he's overpowered, even though I don't agree with that. But again, it's way too early to tell where this is going, so I don't think it would be fair for me to judge this decision just yet, as we're only 2 issues in with his identity being known to the world. I am very curious to see where this is going to go, especially since Superman's identity was outed to the world towards the end of the New 52, which Dan Jurgens course corrected and fixed in Action Comics with his DC Rebirth title. But now we're back down this path again, even though they just fixed it. But as always, that's just my 2 cents. What are your thoughts on Superman telling the world his secret identity? Let us know in the comment section down below. And that, my friends, is going to bring today's episode to a close. But if you enjoyed this Superman video, be sure to check out this one right here. And if you like our channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It helps us out. But I'll see you guys next time when we talk about all things comics.